talk about how people lost their shit over Bat Dick.
Not enough people lost their shit over Bat Dick. People should have demanded more Bat Dick. That's the problem with you people. You don't want Bat Dick enough. All right. So, ladies, gentlemen, everything in between, welcome back to this place.
Yeah, we started already?
Yeah, we're starting.
Why are you doing the same fucking intro as the shop?
Because I can.
Wouldn't be people confused with the same intro though?
No.
Wouldn't they be confused with the longer than normal table?
Maybe.
That's how you can tell it's a new show, different show.
It's Sweeps Week.
Yeah, we traded in our white dude for another whiter dude.
Mm-hmm.
If you thought
Travis wasn't pasty enough, check this guy out.
Travis is like brown flour. You sip the fuck out of it, then bleach it, you get a spenny. So it's a spenny though. We've mentioned spenny a bunch of times and
about a billion times.
I've been on the show before.
Yes.
I don't know. Didn't Travis cut you out of the editing?
No, I was literally like before Travis.
Yep.
I was on this.
Yeah, he was.
There was no before Travis.
You brought me on to be the Star Wars guy.
Yep.
After fucking The Last Jedi.
That's true. And Star Wars
facts.
sucks though. We haven't had much of that since.
So, New Year's is upon us.
Yeah.
Well, the calendar. Which calendar is that? The Roman calendar?
No, it's not.
It's like the Gregorian. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Gregorian calendar. New Year is upon us. So now we must do a year in review.
Well, it was also, honestly speaking, one of them opportunities to get back onto God Issues, because me and Sandy really love comics, and we don't really think we speak enough on comics on the shop, so what the fuck, man, let's speak about comics.
Yeah, damn straight.
Because fucking, what else is there in life outside of comics and RPGs and football?
Nothing.
Wu-Tang, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, outside of that.
Yeah.
But outside of that, nothing.
Nothing. So, what are we doing in today's show? Going over what?
Okay, so the first thing we can talk about is the biggest events in comics this year.
Yeah, we're going to discuss some of the major story arcs between DC and Marvel, and then we're going to touch up a little bit on some of the other companies. Nothing too crazy, nothing too extensive, just, again, more DC, Marvel, and then some of the other bigger guys. And then we're going to quickly touch up on top moments, worst moments in comics in 2018.
Yeah.
So
like, here, just to start us off, definitely the biggest story arcs this year have definitely come from DC, by far.
yeah, in terms of like superhero story arcs.
Yes. So, starting off the year, you had what came from 2017 of June or July of 2017 was the beginning of Metal, which at that time was the forging or the casting?
It started with the forge, then the cast.
Yes. So
did that come out 2018, the forge and the casting?
No, but Metal fully went into full swing in 2018.
Yeah. So
but set the mood was the forging and the casting was what really got things going.
Yeah.
And then right after that, you had the Milk Wars. That was an interesting little crossover that they did.
Yeah, the Milk War stuff with the like the Doom Patrol and
yes,
and,
and how they had the psychoactive milk.
Yeah.
And how like some of the Justice League members drank it, and like Superman became like the Milkman. It was fucking hilarious. Like, it was a really good crossover. I really enjoyed that. And then you had which was it? May brought in the Batman wedding, the big old Batman wedding.
Yeah, Batman number 50.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a pretty big arc for them too.
Yes, that was huge.
Yeah, and there was Drowned Earth and.
Yes. Sink Atlantis started in August.
Yeah.
And then Drowned Earth started in November last month.
Yeah.
That was a phenomenal story arc. And then, not to bypass September, but I did. But September brought in Heroes in Crisis.
He's got it in order.
Yeah, I got him in order.
Okay.
Yeah, I put down the month because, I'm
Yeah.
kind of like that.
Yeah.
Straight up. Oh, and I also missed Doomsday Clock, which that thing, apparently...
Is that even wrapped yet?
No.
Apparently
That's
they
gonna
said
be
that they're
going for a
good.
long time.
Yeah, they said that they're going to try to wrap it for 2020 is
Yeah.
when they're going to try
I
to
thought it was
wrap
supposed
it.
to be 12 issues.
No, it is supposed to be 12 issues, but they're delaying the...
Exactly, they're spreading it out over
So-
the years, which I think that's a great idea because it gets people hooked.
Yeah, they've already been spreading it. What are they at, 8?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
it is the newest one.
Yes.
So...
But I mean, that's a
Already
new
been
comic
spreading
every,
it.
like, fucking 3 months.
And maybe DC's thinking about story content as opposed to bottom dollar necessarily 100%.
Yep,
So-
which I fully agree with. Like,
But well, they probably are thinking of bottom dollar, but they got a good job of hiding
Exactly.
it behind content.
well, you build up more hype if you spread it out. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're working more onto that story and dialogue.
It depends, right? Because you could also lose some of that momentum that you gain early on when people are just like, "Oh, I forgot about that one. I don't know if I want to continue with it."
No, but that's the thing with Doomsday Clock. Like, you even seen it here. People who are normally not necessarily going to go pick up a monthly comic or might read it digitally or, read the trade format. I've noticed some of them would be coming in and picking up some of the Doomsday Clock in the back orders and stuff like that. So, like, I think DC knows what it's doing, and at least they give a fuck about, or maybe quote unquote give a fuck about vent exhaustion.
Yeah.
That term that's been popping up lately.
No,
with
I
Marvel.
I fully agree because the big thing too is the dialogue and how the character progression, even in that story arc, that's what makes people want to come back.
Yeah.
I feel makes people want to come back. So
yeah, I think you're right.
oh,
Plus,
and
it
the-
accumulates like a lot of writing.
yeah,
Like it really ties in.
they tied in a bunch of stories. They tied in
Yeah.
one part with Heroes in Crisis in there.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, and then Final Crisis too, wasn't it? Or
Yes.
What was the one with that fucking Enigma engine or whatever that thing is called?
No, that was Final Crisis. Final Crisis is the one where
I'm not
Batman
too
went
sure,
back
but
in time.
I
and
wish
he
I
met-
was a better DC guy because Doomsday Clock really makes me feel like I wish I was a better DC guy.
Yeah.
Just because there's a lot of references to a lot of older stuff, but like they're at least attaching everything together,
Yeah.
right? As opposed to weird patch little fucking events that have no consequences or repercussions or.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like just to finally tie off the DC is you got Wonder Woman's The Witching Hour.
Yeah.
Which is-
Yeah, I was like Justice League Dark. More.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was a bunch of Injustice stuff too that came across this year. Injustice is still
Yes.
pounding out pretty good. From a fan of Injustice is pretty wild.
Yeah.
So, I've read the first couple of years of Injustice. It was good. It was good. So,
I was just happy to see Jon Stewart coming back into the fray of things in DC, so that was my big thing.
Yeah.
And they brought in that new Lantern Corps, which was pretty freaking awesome.
yeah. And then Shazam again came out just recently, a couple months ago.
Yes.
But I guess that's not a story arc, so we're not really doing that.
Well,
So,
they kind of been like teasing people. It's like, oh yeah, no, Shazam's coming back.
yeah.
But they haven't showed him for
Yeah.
the longest fucking time since Rebirth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
So
then DC also had a big push through the Dark Days stuff. They
Yes.
released a bunch of new characters, which isn't necessarily a story arc, but it was relatively good. Some of the characters they had Damage, what's his name there, Brimstone,
Spectre.
Sideways, and the Silencer, and then the Terrifics, but the Terrifics aren't necessarily new. They just kind of brought them back, and then I think
Yes.
one of the for people
well, they
from the Terrifics is
they
what's her
revamped the
face.
lineup too for the Terrifics.
Yeah.
Because
they
there was a bunch of new people on that team lineup.
Phantom Girl apparently is a newer character.
Yes.
She's first appearance of this year. So, but that's DC for you, and we're not going to spend too much time
No.
on story arcs. So, really quick, did you have a favorite comic from DC? I'm guessing Nightwing for you.
Well, it's always
of the year?
Nightwing. That's a biased opinion, but in a non-biased opinion, I would say Super Sons.
Adventure of Super Sons. is
Yeah,
a
Super
good
Sons
series.
was really good. Oh, and the issue 1000
Action Comics.
Comics.
That's not. You can't really mention that as like
Yeah.
I know.
I guess that's
Get
like
out
a-
of
But
here.
that was a good
We
revamping.
can mention that
you know
as
what
like
I
an
mean?
important milestone.
No, it is an important milestone. That's Brian Michael Bendis came through. He came through in a major way for DC
Huge,
with
huge.
the Smash Action Comics 1000 with Ragal Zor there, the guy who
Yes.
Mysterious History of Krypton. If you want to read it. I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, that was a pretty good. And then Bendis hit the ground running
Oh,
on,
yeah, he's been doing
on DC.
huge.
a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
He did the cover, United States of Murder Inc.
Mm-hmm.
Jinx. He brought
Scarlet.
back Scarlet, and then he was doing the the Superman stuff and Action Comics, and then I think he has something else he's writing too for them. So
Yeah.
So looking forward to what he has in 2019.
Wait a second, he was doing Scarlet?
The
That's
Scarlet's
all-
his.
Really?
All the Jinx World titles are
Yeah.
all Brian Michael
Yeah,
Bendis.
Jinx World is what I think he used to be on Icon for Marvel. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But Scarlet, he was writing her when he was in Marvel still. So,
Damn it.
Spenny, really quick, do you have any DC titles that were your favorite this year?
I didn't read a lot of DC. For me, it was probably Justice League Dark.
Yeah, Justice League Dark was pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a comic I've wanted to read, and it was nice that they kind of relaunched it this year, and I could jump in.
Yeah, and the art was really nice to do it. So, a couple of ones.
How much do you like it more now that Wonder Woman's running the team rather than the Batman version that they did in New 52?
Well, see, I didn't get to read too much Justice League Dark in New 52. I read a little bit of Constantine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was cool.
But I think Batman and Wonder Woman would work as like far as the kind of outside looking in character, and it's a little bit different because Wonder Woman has that magical element, so she's a little bit more.
That was so weird why they were saying it's like she's magical.
Yeah,
She literally comes from a magical.
She's a
place of
demigod.
existence.
but that doesn't necessarily mean you understand magic, right?
No, but you can't sit there and be like, I shun you, simple human. It's
Yeah.
like, yo, man, it's like demigorgons, gorgons, all that shit. That's from her hood, man. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was good. Since the white people won't ask me my opinion, I'll say it anyways. My favorite DC comic is probably Silencer. That was such a dope series. Or is such a dope series. Still is such a dope series. And Dan Abnett's writing it still, I believe.
Dan
So-
Abnett is
Oh,
such an
yeah.
amazing writer.
Yeah, so it's really, really cool story about an assassin that don't want to be an assassin no more, and she happens to work for Talia al Ghul. So
Yeah.
really, really cool. Okay, so fuck, that's DC. DC did good. I give DC
Now the other
7
side of
out of
the
10.
fucking spectrum,
7 out of 10.
Marvel.
Yeah, make sure you put DC 7 out of 10 though, and make sure that you guys have an X for your rating and an X for your rating because it's irrelevant.
I like
Put
it.
that
I
7
like
out
it.
of 10.
So-
I think a 7 out of 10 is pretty good for DC right now.
Yeah.
I didn't read enough to really say. So
There we go. 7 out of 10.
Exactly. the Spenny okay.
Someone who's definitely not getting a 7 out of 10. Marvel. Let's go.
Yep. All right.
Let's
So
go.
January started us off with the fucking hunt for Wolverine. Yes.
So I got something to say about this. I didn't read it, but I watched Ock read it, and it was the saddest thing.
It
It's
was
like,
the funniest thing.
Over the course of months.
It was like watching your heroes die, guys. Don't do it. It's
It's like going to Vietnam and not dying, but not coming back home either.
Getting constantly blown up and shot, and you can't die the whole time.
Stuck
You know what I
in-
mean?
Stuck in perpetual numb.
Exactly.
That's what Wolverine was.
Getting the bamboo shoots in your freaking nails, but yet you
No,
can't die.
hold on. Let's
Okay,
not get
okay,
too deep
okay,
into
okay.
Wolverine, or else I'm gonna fucking really have an issue here. They dropped. Let's just fucking forget the Wolverine titles that they came
All right.
out with this year, or stupid arcs that ran through 60 fucking comics for no fucking reason.
So let's move into
Couldn't
February
happen.
when they brought out the Infinity Countdown.
Oh god, this is
Yeah,
even worse.
and simultaneously at that time they also brought out Damnation.
Well,
which-
one sec, though, Sandy. At least Damnation didn't have like a Ghost Rider movie coming out right after.
That's also true.
Countdown
But
to Infinity wasn't that same time as the Infinity Wars? Or
yes,
was
no, that
the
literally
same thing?
came out the exact same time as in
Yeah.
the Infinity Countdown.
Yeah.
And the problem I had with that was
It's
was
horrid.
the continuity in terms of like the Avengers. The Avengers that they had there at the beginning of the story arc made no sense because in what was it? It was No Surrender prior to that.
Yeah. Well,
Literally
No Surrender
just
was this
they
year,
were
wasn't it?
this was coming right off of the heels of No Surrender.
Yeah.
So in No Surrender, they were, I believe, in the story arc, they were just outside of New York, was where the final battle was. No, that was up north.
Yeah.
And so you had T'Challa there, you had Hawkeye, and Captain Marvel. Those three predominant ones were the ones in that fight. And then you go into Damnation. There they are in Las Vegas.
Oh,
talking.
yeah, man, Sandy, the continuity, though, man.
Yeah,
I should have cut you off when you said
Talk-
continuity. What the fuck does Marvel care about its continuity?
They don't.
They obviously don't.
They obviously don't. They don't care about the
Man.
readers either.
Come on, man. Remember when the Secret Empire came out? How the
Oh
fuck
my
was
God.
Hawkeye in fucking, what was it, California or Nevada? And then
Oh, yeah.
Occupy Avengers like on the other side of the fucking country?
No, that's what made no sense. Yeah, like that's the other thing too. Is like you had Occupy Avengers, and that title was going on simultaneously to Secret Empire, And then you had Clint just in their last issue. You could tell the editors were like, just cut this series right now because we need these characters for Secret Empire. So they're like, okay, Clint goes to Red Wolf and he's like, all right, you guys go on this stealth mission. This way, go and sneak into Hydra, which they never incorporated into Secret Empire. And then on top of that, they just left it. They literally just left these characters to, for anyone who's reading Occupy, you have no idea what's going on with Red Wolf and the two cousins there.
Yeah.
Because they're infiltrating Hydra.
Well, they're done. They're fucking done. Hydra's done. They're done. I'm done.
Yeah.
Marvel's done. Why are we going into detail about Marvel's ridiculous amount of fucking story arcs that they dropped?
Fine then. We'll move on to the...
Just name them or fucking forget about them or fucking we'll just cuss about how many fucking arcs they have. But we cannot go into each one in detail. It's gonna kill me. I can't go through another year of Marvel
next one?
in the same year of a year-end review about Marvel.
So next one? Extermination. X-Men Extermination.
It's stupid. The
it
dumbest
was
fucking
so dumb.
thing I ever read. In fact, they're kind of like, you know what, we've done reports there. People don't like identifying with an old Nathan Summers, so we're going to just kill him and bring in a younger Nathan Summers. Since he's a time traveler, we don't got to make sense anyways. So
Exactly.
they're like, fuck sense.
And then September brought us the glorious Spider-Verse 2, aka Spider-Geddon.
You skipped a ton of fucking Marvel arcs. I know you skipped
These were the major arcs that they were advertising.
They advertised all of them.
Yeah, I know. They advertised all of them, but these were apparently their biggest arcs of the year.
No, okay, I can go with biggest. It's probably better than hearing all the fucking gibberish arcs.
Oh, I know.
Like, you didn't know Venomverse? Wasn't Venomverse this year?
Venomverse was last year, technically.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it came out October of last year and ended early this year. So
if half fall in that.
Yeah, exactly. Half of it falls in 2017, so that's why I didn't throw it on the list, because I was like, that's dicey at best.
Yeah.
And then finally, actually, Spider-Geddon was the last major story arc, which that one was junk. That was Spider-Verse 2, and it was horribly done.
It's not, I'm not even going to go to the wall. There's another arc right now. I'm not going to.
Oh, yeah.
So, it has nothing to do with Avengers Infinity. But it has the same word in there, and we're not going to talk about it because it's just
horrible.
Really fucking stupid. Cool concept with the warps, just not really fair that you charge people upwards of like $60 fucking total.
Okay, but also on that same note, they easily could have done those warps during Secret Wars.
They could have done them in What Ifs, man. Like, who gives a fuck? They could have done them anywhere. They just didn't have to do a huge story arc that fucking envelops a lot of gibberish and makes you buy stuff. But at least this time, they didn't run it through your normal titles, and they just kind of made up their own titles as you go on, so you could just pay extra out there. So, favorite comic from Marvel this year, because you have to have at least one. Marvel isn't all the way bad this year. There was some good ones. Jason Aaron's still killing it with
yes,
Venom's still been pretty good. Fucking some of the Spider-Man stuff I heard has been pretty good. Fucking Cosmic Ghost Rider was hilarious.
Cosmic Ghost Rider was amazing.
Right, so there's some good stuff out there. So
that Thanos miniseries, that was good.
Yeah, but I didn't mention that because that would.
The beginning of Punisher this year, when he first got the War Machine suit, I thought was phenomenal. The art was kind of back and forth.
Like, you didn't even mention Old Man Hawkeye in terms of arcs, but fuck, whatever. That's not even a big arc.
Because if I mention Old Man Hawkeye, that's pretty much like talking about the movie Titanic. Yeah. We all know how it's gonna end.
Sinking ship.
Sinking ship. But yeah, no, Punisher was good for the first half. Second half is, they're kind of getting back into the Punisher mode, but I loved him with the War Machine.
Is that your favorite comic of the year, Sandy? Because that's what you need to be talking about.
Yeah, I would say Punisher for me would... Punisher and Moon Knight would be my... Either a toss-up between those two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spenny, you got a number one Marvel comic, or are you just going to abstain?
Well, the only Marvel comic I read all year was Thrawn. And that one's kind of cheating because that was just an adaptation of the book.
It counts.
By
that totally counts.
It counts.
But if you're looking for a good Star Wars comic this year, Thrawn was definitely it.
Just keep that in mind, though, for you guys wondering how serious we are about how bad Marvel in terms of content was this year.
I won't subject myself to reading.
I
won't subject myself to reading Marvel. I see these guys do it to themselves every week, and I don't hate myself that much.
It's bad.
We hate ourselves a lot.
I hate myself enough to say my favorite comic of the year was The Return of Wolverine.
Oh, fuck you.
He came back with flaming claws, man.
You hated that.
I did. Anyways, no, that wasn't my favorite Marvel comic.
Is this due the opposite day?
So, I'd have to say it's a tie between Venom and Punisher Platoon. Those were.
Oh
those
shit!
were
I
really
totally
good.
forgot about that.
Yes,
Oh my
you did.
god! Wow.
Obviously, hate
Shame.
Earhart.
I hate myself.
Yeah, shame.
Shame.
All right. So after that, fucking. I guess we might as well take a little bit of a segment here for. No, actually, we'll do that God issue thing at the end. All right. So that's Marvel DC for you. There was also a bunch of first appearances between the two companies.
Batdick.
Oh, Batdick was that was a
Batdick,
big
yes.
event. Yeah. The embarrassing moment there by the Comic Society.
Honestly, guys,
it's pathetic.
we can do better.
Penis.
Yeah.
Fucking penis. Like, last year, what was it? Or the year before, it was the Batgirl cover. People were cussing about the Batgirl
Oh, yes.
cover.
Yeah.
Too much sexualization of females. Which, again, isn't this it's dialogue that needs to happen, but, like, come on. Like, the dudes, the motherfucking golems of the comic book world, man, you need to shut the fuck up and stay in your caves, all right? Quite frankly, I want every female possible reading comics, all right? Because I can't objectify them if they're not in front of me reading them. Think ahead, you fucking losers, all right? But so they had a bunch of first appearances. I'd digress. Between DC and Marvel, we'll put them up on a sports ticker. Hopefully, if not, fucking look it up on the internet. It's not that hard. So what are we here for? Right. So okay, now into shit that we actually happy about, but we're running out of time. We're gonna go into some other companies. We're not gonna do everybody like fucking Zenoscope. They just came out with more tits and ass and thongs and crongs, and we're not gonna do like. Everybody, right? Like, what I'm saying, black masking, etc. But we are going to do some of the bigger ones we thought had an impact on our reading, or at least on the, like, I don't want to say global market, but like fucking on the comic market, right? So, we started off with Image.
Yes.
So, okay, Image had a fucking, I thought personally, a big fucking year, a huge year. There was like a lot of ramblings about how Image can't keep the pace because like Image was really quiet for a bit there. And then like 2012 or something like that, they started really pumping out the independent content.
Yes.
Like I think it also had something to do with Robert Kirkman taking a lead in The Office. I'm not too sure, but
because when did he take charge?
like I think it was like 08 or some shit. Dude.
Was it 08?
Yeah, it was a while ago. Like
'cause
he got in there with Walking Dead.
Yes.
And Walking Dead sold so much that what other choice did they have?
Yeah,
like
very
Walking
true.
Dead is probably the most successful.
Their hottest
comic
title,
of
yes,
of the
by
2000s,
far.
right? So, but Image just fucking. Me personally, I think they went on a war tear this year. Like fucking phenomenal titles. I'm just gonna name a couple of them: Farmhand, Unnatural, Flavor, The Dead Hand, Analog Skyward, Weatherman, Gideon Falls, Cemetery Beach, Isola, which again might not necessarily be the greatest written comic, but it's definitely fucking amazing. It's like watching a really, really crazy storyboard of a cartoon made by Disney with some of their best animators. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's a really American style of cartoon art with some weird hybrid versions. I don't know. Either or. Oblivion Song, Death or Glory. Like, there was a ton of fucking Image comics this year that were absolutely... I think everything on this list I have a copy of. So...
Oblivion Song is phenomenal.
That's Kirkman's new title.
Yeah, I love Oblivion
One
Song.
of Kirkman's new title. He just came out with Die, Die, Die.
Oh yes.
So there's a lot of there's also a lot of last minute Image comics that just came out that are on like their first or second issue.
Oh yeah, like the Freeze.
The Freeze, Die.
Yeah, Karen Gillan's Die. That's a really good one too.
Aaron
Especially
Boys
for, like,
is on its like third issue now.
That's right. Aaron Boys is on third.
fuck.
Yeah. There's like Image for me was just like killing it this year. I've probably read upwards of 50% of all the Image titles that came out.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
they
We
definitely haven't
technically
come out with
have
a series that I like. Nobody can hate, really. Like,
you can find. I bet you I can find some sort of fucking Captain America fuckboy who's gonna like flavors such as who wants to read a comic about a kid learning how to cook in like some fake medieval times.
Yeah, but it's like they make it more interesting than that. It's like
no,
it's
that's
like,
what I'm saying. It's such a dope ass comic. Someone literally made an entertaining book about a girl missing her family trying to make fucking food for a living.
well, and plus a
in
lot of the
medieval
artists
times.
that they're picking up, like in terms of the titles,
Image
are,
doesn't pick up nobody.
Exactly,
They're
they're
just
picking up
available.
solid fucking artists.
So, no, you just agreed to that, and then you said they're picking up solid artists. They don't pick up anybody. You go to Image as a team with a completed product,
and then they just and then you just put the Image logo on your thing.
and then they solicit it for you.
No, that's what I mean. Is like in terms of the writing staff and like how each of the teams work together,
Yeah.
it's like it's phenomenal. Like they
No, I know.
compliment
I'm just
each
trying
other
to
on,
clear,
like,
just in case someone's out there is confused. They don't work like Marvel. It's
confused
not like
guy.
they hire an artist and a comic writer.
No. They're not like Marvel or DC,
Right, so
by
there's
any means.
technically nobody on their staff.
Exactly.
Except for like the people who put the nucleus of Image
Yes.
together. So the guys are like, this is our monthly release schedule.
But that's the thing, all right? Like, these are creative teams that are coming together by choice as opposed to being told,
Yes.
okay, you guys are going to work together on this title.
Yep.
Yeah, which comes out with phenomenal fucking writing. Like,
Yep.
absolutely amazing fucking writings. So that was really good. You know, and what's it called? Apparently Southern Bastards was supposed to have some releases this year, but from my understanding, I didn't read this in, and I should have, but Jason Aaron and Jason Latour, that's a writer and artist for the series Southern Bastards, apparently both of their parents, like both of their fathers passed away this year.
Wow.
So they had to
Like
take a
one,
pause.
like one was just
after another.
recovering from
Yeah.
like his dad dying, and the other guy's dad died.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
Jason Aaron and
jeez.
Jason Latour, if you guys are hearing this, fucking good on you for writing them books.
Yeah.
I hope your loss wasn't too grievous. But fuck, you write good books.
Yeah.
So get back to it, man.
Get back to work.
So,
Sorry for your loss. Get back to work.
They're not gonna hear it. They're not gonna hear it. So.
rating out of 10 for Image?
Oh wait, rating out of 10 Marvel. What's rating out of 10 for Marvel? We gotta
2.
go back. Thank you for reminding
I'm
me.
giving
2.
you-
Wow, someone's
giving it a
generous.
2.
Someone's Mahonda.
Thrawn gets 2 points for me.
2. I give Marvel the cover from Wolverine 1 month left, and it's a fucking shattered one fucking claw. That's all I have left for you, you fucking cocksuckers. You get one.
Death of Old Man
You get
Logan.
fucking one. One.
So
Okay.
Image.
So Image, whoa.
One, the amount of Wolverines that should be present in the Marvel Universe at any given fucking time. Not fucking him and Old Man Logan and then Dead Man Logan.
You
in
see
the
what
same
you've done to
series
him,
one
Marvel?
Fucking time,
Broken.
you fucking
He's a broken
assholes.
man.
Sandy, out of 10. Image.
Image? Oh, I'm giving him a 9.
Ah,
1, because fuck Marvel.
One.
Fuck them, man. 8.5, 8, 8,
Image.
8. I don't want to be too nice to Image because 8. We'll go 8.
Okay.
They should be selling better.
So
yeah,
okay.
I mean, that's comic fans need to.
Yeah, no, that's
Recognize.
that's comic fans that need to be picking up Image titles.
You guys should have came out with a comic series that had Bat Dick, but it would catch on fire too.
You guys just cost Image that.
2
that-
points.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
2 full points because you didn't have flaming Bat Dick.
Yeah, you did have Batic.
I'm giving Image a 9. I don't know what they could possibly do to top this year because they killed it, but
Keep coming out with good content. Keep coming out with comics that actually make me feel like I'm reading fucking comics. Like something that is like, it's not the normal. You know what I like telling the people who don't
New
read
stories.
comics?
It's
Shit's
new
different.
stories.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
literally good creative stories
Yeah.
with great art to
Yeah.
back it up.
Yeah. Actually, okay, here. 8.2.
damn.
Because they still allowed somebody to write fucking
Yo, calm down.
Wolverine.
Calm down.
I mean, you should have paid somebody to assassinate the fucking movers and shakers in Marvel.
You mean Disney?
No, Disney doesn't like Disney.
I
did it
still think
smart.
Disney has a big hand in it.
Did you mention Crowded? All right.
No, Crowded's not in there.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Special mention for
Fuck,
Crowded
I
because that was a
can't believe-
fucking dope comic that we apparently.
That
forgot to mention.
might have literally got my motherfucking comic of the year from Image, but I'm tossed up between that and another one I'll mention in a second.
All right.
But fucking yeah, so fuck Image sort your shit out. Hire.
No,
talk to Rick
fans sort their
Remender.
shit out. Start reading
get
Image.
the location of where that fucking school in Deadly Class is. Go get some assassins and murder everyone responsible for the death of Wolverine.
Yeah. Fuck. You just had to go
Next.
there.
No,
IDW.
Okay, one sec. Do you have a best comic for Image? It's true.
Oh,
we're
Oblivion
staying
song.
with it.
Hands
Oblivion
down.
song?
Hands down. I
Spenny
love
G?
Oblivion song.
Oh fuck! If I had to pick a favorite,
Yeah.
maybe like it's kind of cheap to say because only the first fucking issue came out, but I really love Die.
Yeah, Die was insane. Die
Other
was
than that,
really insane.
Death of Glory was amazing. Crowded.
Death of Glory
Fucking.
was
I'm
good.
gonna just name every Image comic we already named. They were all
Yeah,
great.
They're all great. And
Yeah.
you don't have a favorite then.
Die.
Die. All right, that's pretty good. My favorite is I'm stuck between the two, and I didn't even mention the first one. So Crowded and Farmhand. Farmhand was absolutely absurd. Absolutely
See,
such.
that
such
is an
cool
Image
writing.
title that I missed.
Yeah, I can't remember his fucking name, and I should because he's a really good artist and a really good writer. But the creator of Chew, if you like him, go pick up Farmhand. It's fucking amazing. So, and then Crowded. Like, how can I say like if you've read a comic in your lifetime, go read fucking Crowded.
Yeah.
It's literally that open. It is such a fucking interesting series, and it's very relevant to the type of life that we live in this day and age right now. So what am I looking at? Oh yeah, Rob Guillory. So But get crowded. I think Crowded got picked up for a movie too.
So it's already been optioned. Fucking Rebel Wilson, her production company picked up the rights to it. She wants to be in it.
Whoever Rebel Wilson is, good.
Yes.
Good on you. Good on you. Nobody pick up the Death of Wolverine.
So, next,
IDW. That's really quick. IDW just did a bunch of fucking team-ups as normal with Marvel. Now they do a bunch of stupid Marvel fucking licensing. They came out with Turtles and Batman #2 this year. Transformers had some story arcs, Lost Light or First Light or...
Lost Light. Yeah.
Whatever, man.
But their biggest story arc is definitely Unicron. Was their biggest story arc.
Unicron popped out.
Yeah.
They had that really cool connecting cover there. I
Oh
seen
my
that
god.
internet
I'm still trying to freaking finish that connecting cover.
Yeah, the guy who does the most detailed thing ever.
Yeah.
You can look him up on YouTube. Just literally look most detailed whatever ever. And he draws really detailed fucking Transformers. He's a really good artist. Yeah, so that's IDW. Fuck them.
Yeah.
I didn't read any IDW titles, so...
IDW, I give you a stamp. Do you know why I give you a stamp? Because stamp is also carbon copy.
Yeah.
Come up with some original
Actually,
shit.
I can't remember who published Nancy Drew. That was like the one fucking...
Nancy Drew is...
Wasn't that Aftershock?
No.
I almost want to say Aftershock.
Either way, if that was IDW, it was a fine comic.
No,
if
it
not,
wasn't.
whatever.
I think I'm gonna go with it. What's it called? Titan.
Oh, you might be right.
Oh, yes.
This
Alright.
drive me insane. You guys buy me some time.
Here, I'll look it up. What's after IDW?
Okay, after IDW is like in my mind, these next two companies in my mind had major pushes this year. At least with comic writing, some with just sheer amount of titles for the label, and some with just the quality of titles for the label. So the first one we're going to discuss is Boom Studios.
Oh, yeah.
Boom Studios came out with some pretty
Dynamite.
good shit. Dynamite, that's it. Fuck, I should have known. But Boom Studios came out. I thought Boom Studios had a good year. I thought they had a good year last year. Boom Studios is kind of like IDW. They do a lot of franchising shit. Like, fuck, what are they doing? Firefly is Boom, isn't it, right now?
Yes.
Right? And Firefly just came out with another series right now. But Boom's bigger titles this year, three of the bigger ones I thought, and I gotta read more of this first one I'm gonna mention, Sparrowhawk.
Yeah.
But the first two are really good.
Yeah, Sparrowhawk,
really good.
Sparrowhawk's a weird one. It's
definitely weird.
You're in for something different if you read it, but it's good.
Yeah, and it's a cool concept, and it's actually, if you think about it, very simple at the core of its story, but it's still pretty cool.
It's got a very like old grim fairy tales vibe, I would say.
Yeah, and then again, these two comics I'm gonna mention right now. If you hear them, go in hard. I don't care if you don't know where you're gonna land. Just jump. Believe me, you're gonna land in a good spot. Bone Parish and Coda.
Oh,
Fucking phenomenal books.
Yes.
Bone Parish. Only thing I can really say bad about it is like the art's kind of confusing from time to time. And it's not. I don't even think it's the artist. I think it's just literally sometimes the story just kind of goes into like an ethereal part type of deal, and it's just a little bit hard to track. But when you do pick up what you're like when it's putting down, holy fuck, there's some pretty good fucking twists and turns in that series. Really good series. Could be a wicked fucking movie. Crazy concept.
Yeah.
So
and Coda is just fucking amazing.
Murder unicorns.
I love murder unicorns.
Anybody who turns a unicorn into a Rambo is fucking.
I love how they took just the whole fantasy trope, and they just went with it, and they took it to the extreme, and every bad thing that possibly could have happened, it went that way.
Yeah.
It's like the villain won. It's like, this is the world now.
Yeah.
And the hero is such a good anti-hero. I love him. And his fucking unicorn is amazing.
I almost picture him as the type of guy that'd be like, if I'm gonna stay in for the next 4 days and just fucking geek out on like a video game marathon.
Yeah.
Seems very uninvolved except for one very important detail in his life. But yeah, what were you thinking when we were talking about
okay, I can't remember the name of the comic. I don't think we mentioned it's the really fucked up one with like the FBI and they're investigating and shit gets really fucky.
Yeah, no, that's
Is that the which one?
next company I was gonna bring up. That is not Boom Studios.
No.
Anyone else got anything to say on Boom?
No.
We gotta keep it rolling here.
Yeah.
Okay, so these guys right here, again, I would be very happy if everybody who heard this show, if you made it this far into the fucking show, thanks for watching. please like my fucking testicles and subscribe to
Subscribe to
stupid rhetoric, but fuck. I don't know, man.
Fuck your rhetoric.
No, I'm serious. I watch YouTube a lot, and everybody says like and subscribe, and I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
we gotta say it, but I don't want to actually say those things, so I'm trying to just like.
I feel like you should like put it on your eyelids.
It's weird, man. It's so weird.
So that way you
I
just
don't know.
do a series of
I don't-
blinks.
I don't know how you get good with it.
Indiana
You
Jones.
know? I don't know.
Look seductively at the camera.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever, man. Just smash something. Just make sure it's not someone you care about, okay? Because then that'd be fucking domestic. All right. And you know
Domestic
what?
abuse?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel
All
that.
right, Aftershock is the comic series we're
yes.
talking
It
about.
is. Aftershock is fucking been lighting it up.
Oh my god, I love Aftershock
Right?
this year.
Almost with Animosity, which I believe came out in 2017, and then just powered
No,
through to this
Animosity
year.
has been out longer than that.
Maybe even longer. It's a bunch, right? But like, Aftershock's just been coming out with some dope titles after dope titles. It had Warren Ellis did a bunch of it. Shipwreck came out for fucking Aftershock, and Shipwreck was like one of the coolest comics. That's like a series that you'll go 5 issues and you'll be like, what the fuck is going on? And then in the
August
6th issue, you're like, wow, I'm a dummy because it made sense. What's up?
August 2016 was.
And
Okay,
didn't
so
it? Wasn't it
2016.
under a different title though? Before it was.
No, it was
Animosity?
always Animosity. But
Okay.
the problem with Animosity is she changes the name like on a regular basis.
Yes.
Animosity Evolution, Animosity.
Yes.
No, I think Animosity and Animosity Evolution are actually 2 separate titles.
No. All of them are separate titles, Spen.
Yeah.
But it's all one story arc. You understand?
Yeah,
what I'm
one
saying?
world.
Like it's one world carrying
Yeah,
on
no,
to
I
one
get
specific
that. I get
story
that.
arc, right? So when something's happening in this side of the world, it's being reflected on the other side. So like Animosity Evolution is more of like this one side of a human. Like it's hard to explain, but it's still all one current storyline that's pushing forward in one arrow.
Come on in, man.
But I get what you're saying. It's just it's confusing, right? So it's one of those things. But still, nonetheless, it did good this year. It's still coming out with more arcs this year. Dead Kings was something that they came out with
Oh my
recently.
God, yes.
Dead Kings was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Lost City Explorers was alright. That was like one of the biggest ones. The comic Spenny was specifically talking about is called A Walk Through Hell. It's with Warren Ellis, and that thing needs to be a horror movie like immediately. 'Cause
Yeah.
it gives me the chills, and this is in still frames, bro.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm
It's
saying?
It's Warren Ellis, man. Like
Yeah,
he's such a
he's
phenomenal
not normally a
suspense.
horror guy.
No, but he's a very suspenseful writer. He knows how to bring suspense into his writing. You know what I mean?
It's true.
But it's not one of those comics that I'd recommend for everybody.
No, I wouldn't.
Because it gets super fucking dark.
It like turbo dark. Like there's some fucked up shit. Like
Yeah.
it's about FBI going after a serial killer that might damn well be sane.
Yeah.
And targets children.
Yeah, specifically.
A lot. So it's really fucking paranormal. It's really fucking psychological. It's really out there.
Yeah.
Artwork is really twisted. Some of the coolest covers, like this.
Yeah.
Normally, when someone comes in here, if they pick it up a Marvel comic, I tell them don't look at the cover because the cover never indicates what's actually happening.
Exactly.
Like, we've discussed this before. I can have on the cover Batman, like. You know, or not Captain America ripping Spider-Man into like 16 pieces. And
Yeah,
neither
that'll
of them
never
would
happen
ever
in
be
the
in the
comic.
comic,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
But A Walk Through Hell,
Every
is-
single cover.
right? It's very, 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 very fucked up like that. Like you understand? what I'm
It's one of
saying?
those things where after you read each issue, you look at the cover again and you're like, oh fuck.
No joke, right? Like there's one cover, there's an X-ray of a dude, and his hand from like elbow is like stuck in his mouth. Like you
And it's
understand
like,
what I'm saying?
oh, that's just like a fucked up image. And
Yeah.
then it
Then
actually
you find out
happens.
how it happens in the
Yeah.
comic. There's another one where it's a kid's jacket on a bird's nest, like it's resting over the bird's
Yeah,
nest.
and we're not gonna go into why that's relevant.
But
Yeah.
you find out what happens, and like it's just I don't know, it's creepy. It gives you one of those things, you know. And then Brothers Dracula was a smaller comic this year. It came out. I enjoyed it. That's kind of like a take on Vlad the Impaler, which is actually, from what I understood about this motherfucker in history, he actually had a brother. He was actually taken as a like ward
Yeah.
by an opposing faction. And he did grow up pissed off, and he came back and he fucked up everybody. So that was kind of cool that day, because they loosely translated it into, but it also has vampires.
Yeah.
right? So, like,
Okay. They have
one
to
of those
throw in the
things.
vampire bit.
Right,
Yeah,
but hey, man, like,
exactly.
listen. we've watched movies that are apparently based on history, and they're not even close to any sort of reality. But I'm just saying, it's kind of cool that this specific guy touched up a little bit on something that actually happened historically, right? So,
Yeah.
and then my last cool one for Aftershock is Clan Killers. Clan Killers is fucking weird and wild, and the art's weird and wild, and it's just a pretty good title. But I've been really liking Aftershock. I'm giving Aftershock a 8.5 out of 10. just because they're a lot smaller than Image. Image draws the bigger name writers, right? You expect these guys to be coming out with some hits like, you know, your Jeff Lemire's, your Mark Miller's. Another big Image title we missed was fucking Magic Order.
Yeah, actually. And I was also thinking, did we mention Sword Daughter?
No, Sword Daughter's Dark Horse,
Oh,
but that was like the best comic Dark Horse had. We should have mentioned.
One other Aftershock
up?
title,
What's up?
Dark Arc.
Yeah, Dark Arc too. That's another
Yeah.
good one. But Dark Arc I don't think came out this year. I think Dark Arc
Was it?
But who cares? I brought up Animosity. So.
Yeah.
So,
April 2018.
do you guys have a top? Oh, never mind. Dark Arc
Yeah.
was good to go. Do you guys have a top comic for Aftershock? Obviously, you Dark Arc.
I love Dark Arc.
Yeah.
So good.
Smitty?
I think it's got to be Walk Through Hell for me.
Walk Through Hell? I don't. I think I gotta agree with Smitty. I'm gonna go with Walk Through Hell. Either that or Clan Killers. Clan Killers was really wild, but I'm gonna put it down to Walk Through Hell. Walk Through Hell might damn well be the best comic of the year. Like, in my mind, like, it's just fucking different.
It's really good. It's a unique concept. It's well written. The art's decent. But the only reason it's not higher up for me is that it's not like a concept that just grasps me. Like, it's definitely outside of my normal reading, which I think says a lot about the comic, but it's kind of hindering it from getting higher on my list.
Yeah, okay. No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Okay, and then to wrap up the show, really quickly here, we're gonna, because fuck everybody and they positive. Too much fucking fake positivity shit. We ain't getting paid to be positive, so we're coming out with a segment that got issues, like the biggest problem you had in 2018 with the comic industry. So, Sadie, in 2018, what do you got issues with?
Hawkeye.
And? Like,
Marvel.
what about Hawkeye? Hawkeye and Marvel. Okay, that's quick
Yeah.
enough. It's short and
That's-
simple.
Yep.
Spenny?
Fucking the amount of number ones that came out this year.
Oh,
Specifically
Marvel.
from Marvel.
Yeah.
You ain't talking about the 27 formal cover, the variant covers that were
fuck.
released by Marvel
Like,
for Iron Man, are you?
I don't understand how Marvel is doing this again. Like,